I'm Turk Strongman at the Ranki Ramacharaga. Thank you for selecting this video on medical marijuana and you, or medical marijuana and your personal evolvement. Before I continue, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. And if you haven't done it already, also click on the notification bell thing, activate the feature, and get notified of new uploads. Because they keep coming, man. And share the joy of the channel with others, at least by giving this video a thumb up. Other people will see it and then they'll click on it if they see thumbs up, you know. Oh, somebody else liked it. Maybe then I'll like it. And comment courteously below. So what are we going to do here? I've decided that probably I'm going to follow a format of very short videos, like shorts, you know, that category, or something called shorts. Just one little detail at a time. So here's a detail. Here's a minor thing. I mean, a small thing, but it's of major importance. We're talking about how to get the best out of medical marijuana towards your personal evolvement. Well, all right. So in the introductory video, I named some stuff. You know, personal involvement, self-mastery, movement away from consciousness hijacking. There were various things there. Okay, but so right here, one point to make. If you are willingly, consciously, voluntarily putting to use whatever methods, techniques, suggestions I give toward any of those states, personal involvement, true selfhood, whatever you're doing, self-mastery, mental discipline, all right? If you are putting to use the medical marijuana and its effects on you, its psychological, psychotropic, whatever you want to call them, effects on you, cognitive, emotional, all of that, whatever it's doing, consciousness-wise, for you, put that to use in the best way. If you're practicing this, right, putting that to use in the best way that you pick up on how to do, like maybe here on this channel, in this playlist, and you're applying it to those things, don't engage in such practice only after having ingested or being, you know, high, while being high. You can do it, yeah, sure. While high, that's what we're talking about. And we're talking about an overall state of mind when being high a lot for a long period. But maybe not high right now today. But still, there's an overall mindset that has set in. All right. Also, do the same work, not high. Here's why. There's two different states of mind. Do you want the results of your labor, your work, your sincerity, your motives, your earnestness to have effect in large only when you're either high or not high, but not both? There is a difference that happens. It may be very subtle, maybe only a small degree, maybe much greater, not very subtle, glaring, to greater extent. And it may vary from person to person, their overall range of, this difference happening for them. Well, nonetheless, it does happen. Let me give you an example. Years ago, when I was a stage actor, I was actually in a children's theater troupe at one time. Yeah, that's one thing I did as a stage actor. I was in the Sunshine Players. All right. Well, I was a character named Sam. And the director of this production, Stone Soup, children's story, Stone Soup, two soldiers, he's John, I'm Sam. We rehearsed the entire thing. He and I had been in casts together before, the director of the Sunshine Players and I. I mean, he loved to be in the shows, you know. Small troupe. small audience, local. We had only done it this one time. Rehearse the whole thing, come up with the lines, make up the lines, the whole production. Every time we were working on it in character or developing character, he and I were stoned together. We had never done that before. It was always maybe a little stoned, for a rehearsal or two, but not a regular thing. This time, he kept asking, hey, can we get stoned? We're about to do this. Let's go outside and have a hit, refresh our minds, whatever. We did very well. It worked. It worked really well. We developed our characters, and we had a good time, and it was fun, and kids interacted with us, like the characters were real for them. As well they should, as kids. That's how it should work. All right? I know this. There was one moment in which we started to rehearse, and we hadn't smoked weed yet. Just one. And we quickly went out and smoked some weed, because it just didn't feel the same. It wasn't the same thing going on as in the prior rehearsals, or the ones to follow. I mean, we had been doing it for a while, like maybe half a week, a couple times a day. And then one time we weren't high. And we started out rehearsing. Wait a minute. Do we want to kind of like be able to do this both ways? Not knowing which way is going to be the way when we have an audience? Or do we want to get really cool at this with each other here as characters, interacting? Just feet away from children sitting on the floor and stuff. Stoned? Or do we want to do it not stoned? Because it doesn't seem like by the end of this week when we open the curtains, that we should decide then which way we should have done it. There won't be enough time to learn both. So anyway, I hope you're getting my point here. Other times, we didn't smoke at all. And we did just fine not being high. Did just fine, just like the other way. But apparently, it was two different ways. It's not just me rehearsing with, character Sam rehearsing with character John, plus a little something. No, this was the actor playing John, stoned, versus not. And the actor playing Sam, same thing. Two different things with respect to the results of the creative process. Not that one was better than the other. It's just that the one method didn't work well. If the other method had been the one employed all along, and there was no practice with the other way yet. So it's different. So here's the advice. That was my example. So I believe it changed. There is a difference. And so don't just do your self-mastery work or smoke your weed or, put any of this stuff together here that's our concern. In your practice, in your life, in your doing, in your living, in your being. Just one way. Stoned all the time, or not stoned all the time, or stoned all the time, high all the time, when you're actually putting these things to practice. Like, whenever it's time for you to sit down and do standalone exercises in self-mastery training or development of concentration, you got to get high first, because that's your ritual. That's how you do it. And it helps, because you know how to use it like that. You know how to do that. So you're really going to do that, to the exclusion of the same practice when you're not high. Don't do that. 50-50 is the best. You might end up with half-assed results. Probably will. Or Nicely developed results, but only half the time. And then how you handle that, a lot of ways to go with that. If that's the case, what are you going to do? Be stoned all the time? Start learning a whole new, go backwards, start over with a different state of mind, get confused over what you're doing with your medical marijuana? No, just start off whatever you're going to do that I'm going to put into these videos here. Don't just do it high. All right? Don't do that. It'll probably be more destructive than constructive in the long picture of your life. All right. See you in the next video. Thank you for selecting this one. Yeah, us shorts. Well, that was 11 minutes long. All right. Stay tuned. Be back. Get notified of new uploads. The bell thing. Subscribe. Share. Give this a thumb up, right? Comment courteously down below the video. See you in the next one. This is Tharan Kiramatharaka, and I'm Turk Stroman. Be well.